I've heard of Mad King on Game of Thrones, but a Mad Queen? Now I've seen everything. And you can too on today's Nerdist News. Also, Game of Thrones spoiler warning. This past week's Game of Thrones episode was meh. I mean, look. Hold the Door is a very tough act to follow, so we can't exactly blame Benioff, Weiss, and company for giving us an hour of setup, and yet we were a little bummed that the entire sode essentially ended with a redo of the big Daenerys beat from 2 episodes ago, where she stood defiant and powerful before a crowd of odd worshippers, cementing her plans to rule the 7 kingdoms. Can I just interject and say how over Daenerys I am? Like, girl, figure your out already. But what if there was more to that scene than met the eye? What if it was set up for something crazy, a crazy reveal, something mad even? That's right. I'm saying, what if Daenerys Targaryen is about to go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, just like her dad, and turn into a villainous mad queen? Game of Thrones theory mage Joanna Robinson of Vanity Fair posted an excellent breakdown this week of just how Daenerys' big stump speech atop her dragon might be the biggest clue yet that she's setting upon a villainous path. See, in past conquesty speeches, like say when she freed the slaves of Meereen, Dany's always been careful to discern that she stands for freedom and like not killing children and other relatively heroic queen stuff. But this week, the breaker of chains made no such distinction, basically promising her Dothraki army that they'd get to kill, destroy, rape, pillage, and also kill any Westerosi they come across after their journey over the Narrow Sea. Okay, so maybe she didn't say all of that specifically, but it's not like she doesn't know how the Dothraki work. That's what they do, and she's got to be aware that she's basically casting a death sentence upon a lot of innocent people by getting this barbarian horde all psyched up for bloodletting, then guiding them in the direction of normal, non-royal citizens. Oh, and that's another thing. Does Dany not remember all the times she's been reminded that the Dothraki would not fare well on a sea voyage, or is she just willing to crack a few eggs to make an omelet? These dudes are not all going to survive a rough journey at sea, and that's if they can figure out how to steer wooden horses in the first place. And with the whole dock at Meereen burned to ashes, there isn't exactly a fleet of ships sitting around waiting for her either, unless... Hey, wait. I know someone building a fleet of ships who also plans on marrying Daenerys Targaryen and conquering both her dragons and the world. It's everyone's favorite douchebag pirate, Euron Greyjoy, king of the Iron Islands. With Daenerys' bid for queen getting darker and darker, and the Ramsay Bolton of the seas heading her way with exactly what she needs to get her army over to Westeros, is it possible that Daenerys' hereditary madness is about to kick in just in time for her to make a devil's deal? Yeah. This theory's pretty wild, but it's got some real heft to it. Not only is the evidence mounting on the show, but the Mad Queen theory has been around for a while for book readers too. We all know that madness runs in the Targaryen line, and that Dany's dad was the infamous Mad King who sparked basically all the bad shit that's gone down on Game of Thrones so far. But check out this quote from A Storm of Swords, in which Sir Barristan Selmy says to Dany, "Every child knows that the Targaryens have always danced too close to madness. Your father was not the first. King Jaehaerys once told me that madness and greatness are two sides of the same coin. Every time a new Targaryen is born, he said, the gods toss the coin into the air, and the world holds its breath to see how it will land." Dany's been a ticking time bomb for a while now, folks. The only question that remains is, can she hold off the madness long enough to attain greatness? Well, let's just say it's no coincidence that the first time we've seen the Mad King in full on the series was in this week's Bran flashback. But what do you guys think? On what side will Dany's coin land? Have we been bamboozled into rooting for a character who's about to go full-on villainous? Will ice and fire choke the realm at the same time, or will Daenerys struggle to stay good as her madness takes hold, becoming an even richer and more interesting hero? It's about time she became interesting. We're crossing our fingers for that. But let's discuss. Which Tormund face you want?
The eating the meat one. Do the one on the horse.
I want to see the goober smile.
Goober smile? Okay, I'm on my horse. I look over. I notice her looking at me. And then I look back. That's it. Need more Game of Thrones? Have you guys seen the trailer for everyone's favorite couple, Brienne and Tormund's romantic comedy? I mean, it's all the rage on Facebook. Your grandma has probably shared it. You want to at least be as cool as your grandma, right? Then go watch it and share it for yourself over on facebook.com/Nerdist. We've also got a bunch of other Thrones stuff too, so don't miss it.